Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be an update, my first update for my Project Pan. I'm doing the 18 and 2018 Project Pan. I'll leave my original video listed down below. I said I was going to do quarterly updates, so today is going to be my first update video and show you guys how I'm doing on these 18 products that I chose to try to use up throughout the year of 2018. So if you'd like to see my update to this Project Pan, why don't we go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so like I said, I'll have my original Project Pan video listed down below that I did around the first of the year. And one thing that I said in the Project Pan video was that I didn't want to put too much stress on myself with this Project Pan. I'm very new to Project Panning. This is only the second Project Pan that I've ever done. My first one was a skincare, and then I started to do this one. And I didn't want to put a ton of pressure on myself, like I must finish these up, you know, that sort of thing. It was more just for me to see how much of a product I can actually use up within a year. More like research type of purposes for me. Just something that I would know for myself, how long it takes me to get through this, you know, this product, that sort of thing. So with that in mind, I will also say that I know that this is only the first check-in, and I felt this way on my first check-in with my skincare Project Pan too, but like I feel like I'm doing terribly. And I know a lot of people are saying like with the first check-in, like don't be too stressed and it gets easier throughout, you know, the duration of your Project Pan, but I'm like, I feel like I'm doing really bad. But there's always so many new products coming out and products that I want to be trying and reviewing, and I get requested for so many different reviews that it's so hard to like continually keep using the same product. And I also realize that like I get kind of bored when I just keep using the same products over and over again, and then I kind of switch to something else, and then I kind of forget about a different product. So I don't know, we'll see how the year goes. But for my first Project Pan update, I have this foundation here from Tarte. This is the Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. So I had gone through after the original Project Pan video and marked everything. So you can see this first line is where I started, and the second line is where I am now. So obviously not a huge difference there, but I will say that this is a foundation that I prefer wearing more in the warmer months. Again, I feel like shade match is better for me in the warmer months, but also that's when I tend to gravitate for it. So we'll see how I do with this one, especially more towards like spring, summer. I was using it for a while, like right after my Project Pan, but again, I just kind of got bored. Tarte did some weird things, and I don't know, I just kind of stopped using the products on camera and things like that. But I do have quite a bit of Tarte in this Project Pan video. But I also had grabbed out the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer. So again, same thing here. Ooh, that mark is really light, but there was my original mark and then my second mark. So not a huge difference here, but with this one, I was using it fairly consistently, and I thought that it was drying out my under eyes, and I wasn't really happy with that. So I don't know. I felt like if I use this on a very consistent basis, like several days in a row, that it dries out my under eyes. So that's when I kind of like backed off it, and I would prefer to just use this sparingly. So that was something that I noticed about the Aqua Concealer, because a lot of times I don't wear like the same concealer back to back to back to back, so I'd never really noticed that about the Aqua Concealer, but it was something I noticed when I did start wearing it very consistently. A primer that I had in the Project Pan is this one from number 7. It's the Airbrush Away Primer. Again, I did the markings over here, as you can see, the original to this one, and it's kind of hard with a squeeze tube to kind of tell. Like I kind of sat here for a while like, where do I feel like weight wise, where would it be? This is one that I honestly forgot was in the Project Pan. I just forgot. I remember again using it quite a bit right after that video, and then I just got some new primers. I've been really loving the Flower Beauty primers. I've been way loving the Smashbox Primerizer, and I just kind of like forgot about this guy. When I was going through my list and pulling out items, I was like, oh yeah, I did put the number 7 primer in there. I really do like this primer though. I made sure to use it today, and I'll pull it back out to the front of my drawer so I remember to keep using it. But yeah, I haven't made a ton of progress there. But this one here, this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I know I see a lot of people put this in their Project Pans as well. I wanted to put it in my Project Pan, and a lot of people say it's really hard to pan this guy, and this is what it looks like. I will go ahead and insert a photo so you can see where I started, but I don't really feel like I've made a huge difference with this one. I feel like I'm starting, you know, to kind of wear away at the pattern there, but man, this thing is hard, and I wear this one a lot. Like, this is one of those things where like I'm bored wearing the butter bronzer. And fun fact about me, I can't spell physicians to save my life because I'm always writing Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer like in my description box because I link all my makeup when I post a makeup photo on Instagram. I can't spell Physicians. I always spell it wrong. Hello? So that's really fun. But I do feel like I use this quite a bit. I took it on my vacation with me. This was like the only bronzer that I used on my Arizona vacation. So I'm like, I can kind of see like a little dent in there, but I don't know. We'll see. Also, the like clasp on it broke, so now it just does that. So that's not very fun. Okay, continuing on, I grabbed out these two eyeshadows from Colourpop. When I was filming my Project Pan video, I had recently filmed my, what was it? It was a flashback video, like flashback to my 2016 beauty favorites or something like that, and I had mentioned these in here, so they were kind of like on the top of my head when I was putting together the items for this Project Pan. And I wanted to include these because I used to wear these so much. These are the Colourpop Super Shock Shadows in Truth and also in LaLa. I used to wear this color combination so often on my eyes, and I was like, you know what, it could be fun to pull them back out. I didn't want to do any eyeshadow palettes because eyeshadow palettes would be so extraordinarily impossible for me to do a Project Pan on. I really do want to start a series like Andrea Mattiliano does, where she reviews like new eyeshadow releases. I really want to start something like that because I love those videos of hers. And so like I actually have like a list and a schedule and tally marks of how often I'm using eyeshadows because I really want to start that series. But there's just no way I would be able to do this for eyeshadows. But I grabbed these little single guys and then I used them one time. That was it. I used them once after that Project Pan video and that was it. So that was really awesome. This one right here is Truth and I love this shade. I think it's so beautiful. And then this one here is LaLa and it's a really cool rose gold. It kind of has like that foiled vibe to it. But I really loved these eyeshadows at one point, and what I think my mistake was that after I used them, I put them back in a drawer, and I think that I need to have them pulled out. Like I need to have them in my line of sight so I remember. And also I was really bummed because this would have been a really good thing to bring on my Arizona vacation with me, especially because it's such a simple eye look, and one that I just like, I used to do so often, so it's super easy for me to recreate. So I wish I would have brought these on vacation with me, but I will pull these out so I remember to keep using them because I really do think, I even said it in my original video, I think that these Colourpop Super Shock shadows are easy to hit pan on because I've done it for several of them. I don't feel like you get a ton of product in these, which is probably why they're super cheap, but yeah, I'll be working on these. One product though that I did finish up, which was pretty exciting, was the brow pencil that I chose. This one is from Thrive Cosmetics. It's their Infinity Waterproof Eyebrow Liner. And I have Audrey. So I did finish this one up probably just a couple weeks ago, so it wasn't super quick, but I still was able to get it finished up, which I thought was pretty good. I really do like this brow pencil. Yeah, it's completely gone, but I really do like this brow pencil. I like the shade of it. I liked how easy it was. Kind of reminded me of the Benefit Precisely My Brow, but yeah, I finished that one up, so I was pretty proud of myself there. I also put in here the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. This was a mascara that I hadn't opened at the time that I was doing my Project Pan, and I said that I kind of wanted to motivate myself to get through some of my mascaras. One thing that I do a lot is I stop using products when I'm about to run out of them. And I've mentioned that in my skincare Project Pan, and I think I mentioned that in my original video as well. And it's so funny how many other people tell me that they are just like me when it comes to that. It's like if you find something you really like, but then you're almost out of it, it's like, oh no. Like I do it with makeup. I also do it with like food. It's like the weirdest thing ever. I don't know what that's about, but that's what I do. And so I have so many mascaras that are like only have a couple uses left, and I was like, get through some of those mascaras, then you can open this Lancome Hypnose Drama because I really enjoy this one. I had a mini of it originally that came in like a mascara set, and I went out and purchased the full size of it because I really do like the mascara. So I was like, I definitely need to get through some of those, and I was really happy. It was just about last week. I ended up getting rid of like 2 or 3 different mascaras, so I was like, you can open the Lancome Hypnose Drama, your shelf life can start, and you can see how long it takes you to use up a mascara. So I have only used this now probably about 5 times. I did take it with me on my Arizona vacation. I used it like just before we left, and I was like, yes, I love this mascara. So I took it with me on my Arizona vacation, and it held up really well in the heat and everything. But yeah, I've only used it about 5 times, but it's officially opened, and the countdown is on. The timer starts with mascaras because they go bad so quickly. I also have a Tarte blush. This is a little mini blush in Paaarty, one of the Amazonian Clay 12-hour blushes. I got this as a birthday gift from Sephora. So here is what it looks like now. I feel like there's probably not a huge difference between the photo that I took the original time. It's really hard, like I feel like it's so hard to even get like the pattern to kind of wear away. And I know a lot of people were saying that, you know, you have a lot of the mini Tarte blushes as well, and it's really hard to get through them or even hit pan on them or anything. But I mean, I will definitely keep trying. I thought about bringing some of the Tarte mini blushes on my Arizona vacation with me because I have another one as well. And knowing that this one was in my project pan, I was like, could be a good time to use it up, but I ended up bringing a blush palette instead. I do have a video on what I did take with me to Arizona. I think it went up the day before this video. I'll have it linked down below in case you want to see what makeup and skincare I chose to bring with me on my vacation, but I ended up keeping this one behind, but yeah. We'll see how I do. The highlight that I put in my project pan is from TheBalm. This is Mary LouManizer, my OG highlight, my very first highlight that I ever purchased. I do have Mary Lou on my cheeks today. I've been wearing her quite a bit. Luckily, I can spell TheBalm and Mary LouManizer, so that's a-okay. This really is a fantastic highlight though. Like, it's so easy to apply and you need such little product, but that also means that it's really, really hard to pan. So this is what my Mary LouManizer looks like. Obviously there's no pan to it. Like, I can see the dent. I can see the dent in it, like right there in the middle. I feel like pan's gotta be coming, you know, like 14 months or something, but I mean, we'll see how I do. We'll see how I do. I do reach for her quite a bit, and I just enjoy it. I just like this highlight. It's one that like never lets me down. So we will see how I do with this one. This one I have high hopes for. I really do. I do have high hopes for Mary Lou. Moving on to the lip products that I chose. So I'm already having a rough day. If you've noticed that like my mood isn't that great. I'm still sick, which is frustrating. I got sick before I left for vacation. So I'm still dealing with sickness, but I don't know, you know, getting back from vacation, especially being gone for so many days, like just trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm just having a rough day. I tried to do my makeup for an Instagram tutorial and it just didn't, I don't know. I did the same makeup look in Arizona day after day after day, and it's like now I try to come back and do something different, and it was horrible. I ended up having to wipe off all of my makeup and just start over again. So I'm just having like one of those days where things aren't going right. And then I was pulling out products for this video and I cannot find my MAC Age Sex Location, my nude lipstick from MAC, and I am frustrated right now. And I did two like pretty in-depth searches of my office. I've looked in my purse, I've looked in my clutch, I went upstairs into my bathroom just to look for it. Like, I can't find this lipstick anywhere. So I'm very angry about that because that's one of my absolute favorite lipsticks. I did not take it with me on my Arizona vacation because I was afraid I was going to lose it. So I don't know where it is. And one thing that I've done this now, this will be the third time that I've done it with this particular lipstick, because all my MAC lipsticks look the same. I keep them in their own little drawer, but every time I go to reach in there, I'm typically reaching for Age Sex Location, and I have to spend so much time searching. You know, I mean, it takes me like 10 seconds, but in my mind that's too long. But I have to keep searching for them because it's not like easily like, oh, that's the one. So I keep putting it in different spots so I can easily find it. But then I can't remember the spot that I've put it in. I do this all the time. It's absolutely ridiculous, but I keep putting it in a different spot, and then when I finally find it, I'm like, okay, well that spot didn't work out, so next time I'm gonna put it in a different spot, and then I can't remember that spot either. So I know I put it in a spot somewhere that I could easily find it. So that's neat. Maybe I'll find it before this video goes up so I can at least like insert a photo of what it looks like compared to the first time, but I don't know where it's at. It's just one of those days. One of those days. Another lipstick that was in my project pan is this little mini from Kat Von D. This is in Ludwig. I love this liquid lipstick. I feel like liquid lipsticks are kind of hard to kind of gauge how much I have left, but I feel like I'm doing really good on this one. I take this one out in my clutch with me quite a bit if I'm going on like a night out. I did take this to Arizona with me, and this was my most used lipstick in Arizona, so I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job with Kat Von D Ludwig. And then I also have in here from Maybelline, this is Truffle Tease. This is one of my favorite lipsticks. This is what my Maybelline Truffle Tease looks like all twisted up. So I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job with this one. I also brought this one to Arizona with me, and this was my most used like daytime lipstick, and then nighttime was the Kat Von D. So I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job with this one. I feel like I'm on a good track. And then I also wanted to include this one from Glossier. This is the Coconut Balm Dot Com. It's the Universal Skin Salve, and I use it as a lip balm. I feel like you can tell that it's been pressed in quite a bit. There's also some teeth marks on it because Aries thought she would help me with the Project Pan. My dog got a hold of it one day. I was like, no, not that one. She didn't actually like break into it or anything like that. They're just some little teeth marks on it. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing pretty good on that one too. So all of my lip products I feel like I'm doing well at, and apparently age, sex, location I'm doing so well at hiding from myself. Who else does that? This is ridiculous. Okay, almost finished. I just have 4 products left, so I included my MAC Fix Plus in here. This was one that I said in my original video that it was kind of that thing where like I was starting to get down on it, and then I didn't want to run out of this because this is like one of my favorite setting sprays. I use it so much. I was almost out of it. I was like, no, I can't run out. So I was just using my other setting sprays, but I have a backup. So I'm like, girlfriend, you can get rid of this one. It will be okay. So if you can see, let's see, this is where I started, that little line there, and I'm now here. So I think that's pretty good. I use this quite a bit. This is one of those things where like, if I feel like I'm powdery or like my makeup is just not like sitting the best, I just like douse myself in Fix Plus and I feel like I look so much better. So I really enjoy this one. So I feel like I'm on a pretty good track. I feel like I'll finish that one up pretty quickly. And then the last makeup product that I had was the Maybelline Better Skin Super Stay Better Skin Transforming Powder. So this is a face powder. So this is what it looks like. So no dents, no anything so far, no hitting of the pan. I brought this one to Arizona with me. I used it quite a bit down there. But yeah, I feel like this one to me is just crazy that I'm very light-handed with my makeup, and I made sure to say that in my original video too. So it's really, really difficult for me to go through something and to even hit pan on something, but this is one that I've had for a while and I use it quite a bit, so I'm surprised at that one. And then I did put in 2 skincare products as well. So I included the Pixi Peel and Polish. I really do like Pixi's skincare. So you can see the line here and then the line here. I started using this one on a pretty consistent basis. I do have sensitive skin, and it's a little bit, it's a little gritty, it's a little much for my skin, so I really only like to use it once, like maybe twice a week, but I've been pretty consistent using it at least once a week. I'll do my Drunk Elephant like baby facial on Mondays, and then I typically use this one on like Thursday or Friday, so I'm not using it too close together because my sensitive skin would probably hate that, but I feel like I've gotten into a pretty good routine recently with this one, so I feel like I'll be on a good track. And then the other one that I have here is the Dermalogica Antioxidant Hydramist. This one I'm not doing so well on. So there's the first mark. If you can see that faint little line there is my second mark. So not doing the best on this one. And again, I think it's because it's underneath my sink in a drawer. I need to like pull it out to the top. But this is something I did say in my original video. I don't use this every single day. I still think that I will be able to finish it up by the time the project pan ends. But we'll see. Hopefully I'll get a little bit farther for my next check-in. But after that, that is my progress on these 18 products. Okay, so that is everything for my first project pan update for my 18 and 2018 project pan. Again, I don't feel like I'm doing super well so far, but I'm trying to remember what everyone has said. Like, don't freak out by your first check-in and it'll get better, and this just kind of like remotivates me, and you know, now I've pulled out all these products, so I'll be using them quite a bit. So those are my updates. I would love to know how are you guys doing with your project pan. I've been having a lot of fun watching everybody's updates. Videos are starting to roll in, so I've been watching all of them and seeing how everyone's doing. So let me know if you guys are doing a project pan too. I would love to know your progress, but other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.